Wow, I've got 10. This is number 10 here. I have no idea what's on this device because my level of audio inputs have slowed down considerably over the last couple of weeks. I think I will know when I go to load these things. I will see what was the date in audio number 9 compared to the date of this audio number 10. I'm on the couch and Tuco has just jumped up, put his two paws on me. What do you want, Tuco? You want to go for another walk, don't you, later on? We'll go, but not just now. Today is the 22nd of November. Get that out of the way. And it's 3 o'clock. It's a Saturday. And it's, wow. Getting to the end of November. Good boy, Tuco. He's so cute, that dog. It's very hard to ignore you when you jump up on me like that and you wag your tail and you look me in the eye. Huh? Isn't it? With your new identification tag, which, as I look at it, the numbers, they're all looking kind of rusty or brown or something. Can that be cleaned, or is it a crap job? Are they actually fading away? Fuck, I can hardly read those numbers. Doesn't look too good. I'm gonna have to try and clean it after. Anyway, get down to go. So, yeah, there's been a lull in the audio stuff, but I just thought that I'm here on my own. Flo's gone. She's back tomorrow. She's kind of a 3-hour drive somewhere up the Alps to give a talk about the yoga she's doing. It's a lot of effort for just €100, I think. I'm having a drink here and one of my special beers, and I am was playing Anno this morning. Been playing Anno for a long time now. It's been keeping me going every morning. My latest venture is to try and keep everything as simple as possible on one island, which I've managed to do. I'm up to engineers, and I've only used one island. I have branched out to 2 tiny islands beside my main island to get some coal and iron and stuff. But other than that, just one tiny island in the new world and one small island in the old world, trying to keep it very simple. But I thought I should just do a little dialogue, because it is a significant week next week. I'm having my last eye injection Monday, and then I'm having the dreaded dental appointment in Manosque Tuesday. I had some practice runs with Flo, but I'm not looking forward to driving there because the fucking car park in Manosque, and I keep forgetting to ask Flo. I don't even know where the ticket is, where you pay for your ticket, and I'm worried about being stuck as I'm trying to get out with people queuing up behind me, or driving around in circles and not being able to find my way out of the car park, because these things are all possible for me. But I have to do that the 24th of November, and I think I'll be relieved when the process begins. It's got to the point where I just want it done, because it's on my mind every day. It's like the first thing I think of when I wake up every morning. Your tooth. How much is it going to cost? What's he going to have to do? Is he going to have all kinds of trouble taking the tooth out? Is the bones all eaten away underneath the decay, the infection? Is it going to cost €6,000? All this crap. But when it's done, I'm hoping I'll have some time then of just not having any appointments for a while, you know. Flow and is again big things happening at the end of the month. It's all going to start quickly. Next week really is the week. It's I have all those things Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday we have this big shindig Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving with Stephen Rock and John Woodgate. And James and about 20 people apparently. They've rented out some place in Fort Calquier where we all bring our own stuff, and there's some kind of a get together there, and I kind of dread these things now. I don't even know if I'll have my tooth. That's what I'm thinking of. I don't know if my tooth will be in my mouth because I'm seeing the guy Tuesday. I don't know what he's going to do. And yeah, it's funny. Mick Manley called me this morning to say he'd like us to get together before the end of the year, and again, my heart skipped the beat. You know, I'm thinking, oh God, no. Am I gonna have to go on my own? But no, I told him Flo would be back tomorrow and we'll try and arrange something. But I'm going to Malaga on the 4th of December. I have to drive at 5:30 in the morning, which I will imagine will be pitch dark. That's going to be interesting, but I don't see what else I can do. I have to catch the 6 o'clock bus, and then it's 4 days in Malaga with Mammy and Martine and John. I'm looking forward to seeing them, catching up on things. And then I'm back here, and that's I don't know if I'm going to have more dental appointments in December. The ideal thing would be if he took the tooth out Tuesday and was able somehow, I don't know if it's possible, but if he was able to make me something there and then with some kind of an imprint, you know, he does the imprint thing and then he's able to just kind of, with some improved technology they have, he's able to make me a false temporary tooth. And he takes the tooth out, cleans everything, he maybe gives me some antibiotics, and he puts the false tooth in, and he says, now that has to all settle and heal, so I won't be able to see you for the implant till February. I think that would be ideal. Because to me the hard part is taking the tooth out and seeing what's underneath. But if that's all sorted out and I have some kind of a fake tooth in, I think I'll feel very good. And then Malaga, and then I Martina has kind of wanted me to go back for Christmas. And she may say something in Malaga. But I don't think I'm going to do it. For one thing, it'll be very busy. Second thing, it'll be about €200, I think, for a flight. And I have been looking forward to, again, depending on, if I have to keep driving back to the dentist, I'm going to be a bit stressed, but whatever will be. I've been kind of looking forward to spending a few weeks on my own here. And with the greatest respect to Tuco, he being on my own without Tuco, and just chilling out for a while, not thinking about anything, just kind of allowing the year to kind of slowly run down and having a nostalgic couple of weeks with no disturbance. This is what I'm worried about. I don't want, again, with the greatest respect to these people, I don't want the Manleys wondering if I'm going to come over for Christmas. Not that they will, they're always doing their own thing. I don't want Stephen Katz and John Woodgate contacting me to say, oh, we're going to a meeting, or you should come over to us, you can't stay on your own. I want to be on my own for the few weeks, just to chill out completely. And then the new year is the new year, and we see what happens in terms of jobs and stuff. 2025 has been, when all is considered, a good year. It started off a bit rocky in February with that crash with the car and the boulangerie, and trying to get my stupid €50 and fixing the car, and then getting up and going to the school to do the French was actually very enjoyable. And then the shit about the internship that should have been so much better, and I kind of fucked it up. And then I guess the disappointment with Mashi telling me we're going to try a whole series of injections. But other than that, well, of course there was the odd stressful morning in terms of jobs, and me and Flo telling me all my faults. But it was a kind of reasonably quick, peaceful year, though. Next year, who knows? 2026. Oh, 2026. Funny, I'd forgotten. I said 2026, and then I paused, thinking, hang on a minute, 26. That's an important number. Because of course I got born in '66, so everything with the 6 is an anniversary of some kind. So 26 is 4 decades in the last century, and now 2 decades in the new century. So I'm 60. I'll be 60. 7th of January. That is scary on the one hand, and surprisingly soothing on another, in another way. It's a bit scary for obvious reasons. The time passes quick, and you know, when all's said and done, again, I don't really want it to end, in spite of how kind of depressed, anxious, stressed, bored I can get. But when I think of hitting my 60s, I'm kind of thinking, well, I want it to go on for a long time yet, because I'm still, in spite of what Flo might think, I'm still having fun. And I've got my health, which is great. And it's kind of soothing in the sense that I feel, rightly or wrongly, that certain responsibilities or expectancies will be dropped when I reach that kind of certain age. Like, for instance, the job hunting. You know, as I get into my 60s. And it's not really that I have something to say to Flo. It's a personal thing. Me, myself, I've come to an awareness and a realization that she can say what she wants, but I know that it's very unlikely I'm going to get a job at that age. And in another sense, you're maybe not expected to do the things that one time you would have been expected to do. It's unusual doing this broadcast from the couch here, looking out the window. It's very sunny. I've had to close the blinds. The sun is very low in the sky. Normally these things are done when I'm walking, so this one is going to feel different. So Flo's back tomorrow. What will I do this evening? Well, I'm going to walk to the doggy here because it gets dark now. We're getting into those shortest of days where it's dark at 5:30. There's something soothing about that too. I felt that last year. I don't mind. In fact, it's a lovely kind of state of affairs when you love all the seasons. You love the depth of the winter for its coziness, something. You love the cold for the enjoyment of getting back to the heat of the house. You love the coldness for using the hot water bottle in the bed. And it's a certain fascination with the sun going across so fast. But I also love the coming of the days beginning to get longer. I love the spring. I love March, April, all those new flowers, that new beginning. I love the summer. I love the autumn. I really don't have a problem with any type of weather or season. Isn't that great? So I'll probably talk again before I go to Malaga. Flo, by the way, I don't know if I said it. Today is Saturday. And I've got the appointments Monday, Tuesday. Thursday we've got the thing with Stephen Katz and that. Friday then Flo is going to Marival to drop off the doggy, and from there she will be leaving to Paris. So next Friday Flo is off really for the beginning of her trip to India, and I will be beginning my own time off here. So I will be more than likely doing some more audio stuff. Here, but really that is just to, because I hadn't done one of these in a while, it's just to bring, because maybe in the future, this is just a new thought, if one like me, because I'm probably the only person ever going back to these things, wanted to just have some kind of sense of the year 2025, you could just go back to the audio files and you could listen to them. I don't know how many they are from 2025, maybe far too many, but if you wanted to, you could go through them from the beginning of the year, and then you'd have a kind of just a sense of how the year 2025 went. Time adds its own kind of interest to these things, like interest to your money. So who knows the way things go in 20 years? That's a sobering thought. In 20 years I'll be about to turn 80. Now I'll still be younger than my mother is at this moment, but let's just say, for argument's sake, that that's a thing. And let's say I've just gone off all the audio stuff and all my stuff for a couple of decades, but I've left them there on YouTube. There's, no one forgets where they are or anything. And just one day comes when there's so much space between this, what I'm doing now, and that future me. I'll be living in a different place, different situations. This little fella that I'm looking at here won't be with us anymore. Well, who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe he'll be 27. But maybe the point I'm making is maybe at that point, I'll have very little memory of 25. It'll really just be, oh, what was that? Oh yeah, you went to there. And maybe then listening back to a series of things will be interesting. And so it's nice to do what I'm doing now, to kind of, and do another one or two just before the end of the year, just to bring up to date what's going on. In terms of the Bitcoin, by the way, I always kind of put this in. About a month ago, we went past 100,000 for Bitcoin and 4,000 for Ethereum, and 1,000 we went past for the Binance coin. And I'm kind of very glad to say that I took 6,000 out of our account, and I put them in our Credit Agricole account. 3,000 for me and 3,000 for Flo. Although I think we used some of it already, we just left it in the account. But there's been just a massive drop over the last 3-4 weeks. And Bitcoin is now 72,000, down from about 105,000. So it's nearly 23, 24, nearly a quarter, 25% down. Ethereum is just 2,300 from 4,000. The Binance coin is 730 from 1,000. ADA, well, ADA is almost kind of irrelevant because it's 35, I think, at the moment, 35 cents. But to be honest, it never got much further than 45. Actually, I think it may have got to 70 cents for a week, but it's kind of one of the consistently unmoving things. So we've gone from being over 100,000 and now we're, well, I think last time I looked it was 59,000. So we're just about breaking even at the moment, to be honest. But that's the way it goes, to be honest. It doesn't bother me, that kind of stuff, you know. It'd be great if it goes up. We really like it to go up and, you know, get up to 105, 150, let's say, and at least be able to cash out and buy a property. I think that's the most we can expect. The dream of ADA going to 10 euros or even Bitcoin, it might happen, but I'm kind of also aware of the fact that I've been waiting 5 years already for things to happen. And when they do, it tends to be for a short period of time. And it's nice, you can take a few thousand. But I mean, you know, maybe ADA will go one day, but when? I mean, is it going to be in 20 years' time? Something is going to happen? And you kind of wonder, is that really, frankly, probable? Is it kind of possible that nothing happens? And I mean, it is true when you look back at Bitcoin, it was literally a straight line for many, many years before anything happened. So who knows what can happen? It's just, I hope if the things go up, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the sooner the better for me, because although it might be nice to think, well, I'm going to retire, or I'm going to get my retirement from England, let's say in 7 years or whatever, and it would be great for everything to kick off, and I could have that. But you know, I want the money now, so I don't want big breakthroughs to happen when I'm 88. It'd be too fucking late. It's now me and Flo are just at the point where we could probably do with the influx just to at least get another property and maybe something that Flo can work from home on, get rid of her Marseille place, just something, because we're, you know, in another decade I don't think any of us are going to be too bothered about much changes after that. Anyway, I shall say goodbye for now. It's the 22nd of November 2025 and it's 25 minutes I've been talking. So adios for now, and I'm sure I will be reporting back before the end of this month, definitely before the end of next month.